All right, guys, welcome. 10:15. Let's start the week off with Moxie Monday. My name is JD. I am your digital marketing and technologies manager. And today I have a pretty simple, pretty straightforward thing to show you guys in Moxie, but I want to make sure you guys know how to access this. So basically, what we have done, and we do this every year when we have new updates for this, but the brand new Blue Book, if you go to cbbluebook.com, it is our sort of listing book, and we've talked previously about how previously about how you can order print custom versions of this. But we also took the listing presentation here, the Blue Book, and we've uploaded all of these pages individually into Moxi Present for you to use in your presentations. They're uploaded individually. They are labeled as such. And you are able to take 1, 3, however many you want, and add them into a presentation to add to whether it is some sort of newsletter you're doing through Moxi Present, just an actual listing presentation, and overall, this is who I am sort of presentation, and you can kind of go in and take any of these. So let me show you how to access those. But I sort of think that the best way, if you're serious about wanting to add some of these pages to your listing presentation, the best way to start is to actually flip through it. To go to cbbluebook.com. I'll show you again, cbbluebook.com, and go to the presentation and look for the pages that you want to add so that when you go into Moxi, you know which pages you want to pull. It's a little bit harder to just to look through them all individually from the Moxi platform. So doing that here is great. So I'm just flipping through the book here, and an easy one for me is I might want to go, oh wow, our local reach, right? I like this local reach page. I like seeing how many agents, how our sales volume, our offices. That's a page I could totally use. Keep scrolling here, and then I go, ooh, I like this one, the #1 most visited residential real estate brand online. That's a cool page. Keep going and seeing some of the social media stats there. So you're kind of getting an idea for, okay, I think these 2 or 3 are ones that I want to actually use in my presentation. So you kind of go through it here. Maybe you want to show the full service. You show, the mortgage, title, warranty, commercial services. And then what you're going to want to do is we're going to, of course, log into Moxi. So I'm in CB Desk. I go to MoxiWorks, and I'm going to, from Moxi, I'm actually going to go right into Moxi Present when the bar loads for me up here. Right up here, you can see it says Present. I'm going to click on Present. And let me show you specifically how to access these pages and how to add them to a presentation. And thankfully, we and Moxi have made it as sort of straightforward as possible. So I could create a brand new presentation. I could go up here to create new and kind of go through those steps. But just to show you the specific Blue Book part of it, I'm just going to go through with a normal presentation I have here. So I'm going to go to this March 2023 newsletter. I'm going to click the edit button. And I'm basically just going to go into the presentation as if I were editing it, right? I've added some cool stuff to these pages here. I can edit that page, save it or whatever. And thankfully, the buttons that we're looking for are very, very big here. Within the presentation, we're going to click on Add Page. You see the big plus Add Page right there. I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to go to Add from Library. So Add from Library is going to show me all of the pages available to me from within Moxi Present, from anywhere, from myself, from their standard templates, ones that I've created, and our brokerage pages and corporate pages. So what I'm going to look for here right now, we're on report pages, which are sort of the standard listing presentation pages. Like if you wanted to add, like if you're doing a CMA, essentially, these are all relatively CMA based pages. But what I want to do, if I'm looking for the Blue Book pages, is on the left-hand side over here under Library, I am looking for brokerage pages. There is a parent company one right there, which has some cool stuff from Coldwell Banker Corporate, but I'm specifically looking for brokerage pages. So I'm going to click on that, click on brokerage pages, and thankfully we have it organized in a folder which says Blue Book 2023 pages. Now, in a couple of the Moxi instances, if you go into this area, you might see Blue Book 2023 pages, and you might see something that says like Blue Book 2022 retired or old or something like that. The reason we have kept those there in the places they existed is because if I remove that folder, it removes that page from all of your presentations. So if you had an outdated page, like let's say you have a page from Blue Book 2022 in your presentation already, instead of just removing that completely so it disappears, we wanted to keep it there because the information is still going to be relevant. It's just not the most up to date. So that allows you to go in, choose the page you want from the new Blue Book, and swap them out. So if you, but it will be very clear if you're looking for the most up-to-date pages, it will be very clear which one you're looking for. And of course, right now, again, Blue Book 2023 pages. So I'm just going to click on that folder, and they're all going to be listed out here. Now, I tried to title them by what was what was relevant on the page. So instead of just saying page 1 of 30, page 2 of 30, or whatever, I wanted to put some of that info. So if you remember, for example, when we were looking at the Blue Book, kind of swapping through here earlier, one of the first ones I said, oh, that looks kind of cool, is when I got to this global reach and local reach. I go, I really kind of like this local reach page here. I think I want to add that to my presentation. So I'm going to look for, thankfully, I titled that one literally local reach, so you know exactly which one that is. So I'm going to click on local reach, and I'm going to see the page. I can scroll down. It's the exact same page. You can see all the info there. And then all I have to do is just click add. The big button up here on the right, I click add, and now that's going to be added to my presentation. But thankfully, it doesn't just go all the way back to my presentation, like reset. I can X out of the local reach page, and I can look for another one if I want to. So one of the other ones I had mentioned that, oh, that could be kind of nice, was I did the #1 most visited online brand, but maybe I want to scroll down to the, where did I call it? It was the full service brokerage. Here it is right here. Full service brokerage. I said, okay, cool. I like that one. So I'm going to click on that page. I'm going to scroll through to make sure that this is the one I wanted. Yep, it's the one that listed all the different services that we can offer. So I'm going to click add for that one as well. And then what's going to happen if I X out of it right here, if I go back to if I click on home right up here in the upper corner here, it's going to take me back to, whoops, it took me a little too far back. I hit the wrong button. Apologies. If I go back to the edit here of the March newsletter, you're going to see the page that I already had here, but here are the other two pages, the local reach and the full service brokerage, the two pages I just added. So if I scroll down my newsletter, I'm going to be able to click on each page and see them individually. So let's see, there's my local reach page. There's my full service brokerage page. And if I go, I like them, but I want to switch the order, I can simply just take it, hold, click and drag, and move the order they're in. And so just like that, all I had to do was click add page, choose the page I wanted, and they're in my presentation already. I can move them around how I want. And then if I go, you know what, this local reach page doesn't really look the way I want it to, it doesn't really fit with what I'm trying to do, I can just click remove, and it's been removed from my presentation. Now, the nice thing about adding and removing pages in Moxi is that it's instantaneous. So if I go here to full service brokerage and I click remove, it's going to be automatically removed from me. I don't have to save something anywhere. It just goes back to the way it was. So really, that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you guys that we have those pages in there and that you can access them now. I'll go through it one more time just for visuals, but I will say that the Blue Book pages are in there. We are currently waiting on the Black Book pages from CB Corporate, from their updated stats, so that we can then take that and make our Schmidt version of it. So right now we just have the updated 2023 Blue Book pages in there. And as soon as we have it from the brand, and they said end of April, so the team might have actually received it last week or this week. Once we have that from the brand, we will be able to update the Black Book and then be able to use stuff for it and add the pages to Moxi as well. So just one more refresher real quick. You're going to go to the presentation you want to add it to or create new. So I'm going to click the edit button up here. This one might look a little bit different because this is actually for a listing presentation with all the CMA tabs. So if you try to edit one of those presentations and you see all of these tabs up here, subject, property, search, listings, estimate, pages, all you have to do still is click on pages, the very last tab up there, and it's going to bring you right back where we were. So I clicked pages. I have the presentation here, and I can simply add page, add from library, and then I'm going to choose brokerage pages because the brokerage is the Schmidt level of things. And here they all are, all the Blue Book pages. I can, again, best practice from my perspective would be to go to the Blue Book to find the pages you want to add. So maybe you go, yep, I want to use this 360 property marketing just to show all the different kinds of marketing I do. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to find that one. There it is right there, 360 property marketing, add, and it's added to my presentation. And then if I scroll back up, I can go back to my pages and I can see it literally right here. Wait for it to load. and then I can simply drag and drop and put it wherever I want to. Maybe I want to put it at the beginning before I get into their actual property. Maybe I want to show them all their property stuff and then end with that, some of the marketing stuff. However you want to do it, whatever makes sense for you in your presentation, the page is there. I'm going to remove it one more time. And there we go. So